What's up, you guys? It's Jonno! Today I'm gonna play some Pokemon Duel! I'm gonna show you today how you can beat Mewtwo. Yes, you can beat Mewtwo as a new player, and it's actually not that hard. So I'm gonna show you how. I ended up playing Mewtwo yesterday in a battle, and look at his attacks, you guys. He has a 70 attack, which is not very strong at all for an EX. He also has a 2-star purple attack, which is also not very strong for an EX. Then he's got the blue square, which will annihilate your dude. It moves it to the bench. It gives it weight. He's gone. You can't use him for a turn. And he's also got the very, very small mist section, which you would expect to be pretty small for an EX level Pokemon. So this figure is actually pretty strong, but it's not OP in any way. Let's go ahead and see how you can beat this dude. So here's the deck that I actually used to beat this dude. You can see some very low level figures in there. I got the Poliwag from doing the training. You can get Poliwag for free in the training, super well-rounded, and you also start out with the Bulbasaur. So the Bulbasaur's got Sleep, it's got Poison, it's got 3 move spaces, and then the Poliwag's also super well-rounded. It's got the 2-star Hypnosis, and it can move 3 spaces. That's a 2-star attack from a Poliwag. That would basically negate the 2-star attack from the Mewtwo. So your Poliwag can go toe-to-toe with that Mewtwo. Now that dude I carry on my team because he's got really good attacks, and he's got 2 move spaces, so well-rounded, strong attack. That's a good one. The Staraptor is really the dude that's doing the most work on my team. 3-star fly away and an 80 attack. So this dude can beat the 70 attack of the Mewtwo, and he can beat the 2-star attack of the Mewtwo. This is a great Pokemon to go head-to-head with a Mewtwo, and he does go head-to-head in this battle I'm about to show you, and he whoops up on him. So that's one way that I got through the Mewtwo. Another way to get through Mewtwo is this beast right here, Vigoroth. He's got 3 steps that he can move, but he can only move the maximum amount of those 3 steps at a time, and he's also got the Fury Swipes. If he hits Fury Swipes 3 times, he can defeat the Mewtwo, but other than that, he can't beat the Mewtwo. But he's got so much move spaces that he really becomes a piece that I move around the board just to force the enemy to do certain things so they can't really deal with my tokens. Alright, or with my figures. So the next dude, the last dude on my team is Armaldo. I got very lucky to unlock this rare figure, and he is super strong. Look at that. He's got a 130 attack. He's got a blue slot on his thing, so if he gets the blue, he's just protected. And also, he can force the opponent to re-roll, so they can have to respin their dial, which means that if they get a good enough attack to beat him, I just make him respin it. So he's a really, really good Pokemon. Now let's go ahead and hop into the battle. I use these dudes to defeat Mewtwo. I really did it. It was awesome. As soon as I saw Mewtwo in this battle, I was like, no, Mewtwo, no. I thought I was going to lose, but the dude doesn't have very strong Pokemon. He's got a Haunter in there. Other than that, not really that great a Pokemon. And let's go ahead and see how I defeated this Mewtwo in very, very beginner stages of battle. I'm not like a good player. I'm not like crazy good. I've only been playing for like 3 days, and I was able to just throw down and beat Mewtwo, go toe-to-toe with Mewtwo, and come out on top. So I feel really good about that. So let's see how I did it. Poliwag doing work over there. He's got his Hypnotize, and he's also got the move distance of 3, which is Beast Mode. So Poliwag I'm always sending right out to the front, up the right lane, and then I've got my Staraptor over on the left side holding up the left lane, and then I start throwing my Vigoroth as far forward as I can throw him, because he's crazy. That dude can move so far. So I went ahead and pushed the goal. Now he can't actually get on the goal, but it will force the enemy to start making moves against my Vigoroth. They always do that for whatever reason. They don't know that he can't get on the goal. They see him 1 space from the goal, and they're like, I gotta get this dude. So he throws out the Mewtwo and plays me with the Mewtwo, which is pretty cool. Now the Mewtwo has 2 distance. Normally a powerful Pokemon like that would only have 1, but Mewtwo is a legendary. He's EX level, and he has got 2 distance. So that's pretty nice for him. He's a very well-rounded Pokemon, but he's not overpowered. I can't express that enough. He's definitely not overpowered. Now here you can see me forcing the enemy to re-roll. I didn't want to make him re-roll because I won that match, so I went ahead and just did that match the way that it was. So I'm trying to keep him from moving forward, and I'm also playing defensively. I know he's got that Mewtwo, which means I'm going to need to make some defensive moves. So I think right now what I'm doing is, well, I moved my Armaldo over near my goal. Sometimes I'll play the 3 turns and put my Armaldo on the goal, but in this case I started moving the Staraptor forward, because the Armaldo is close enough to the goal to be defensive. Now what I'm doing here is just pushing all the lanes I can push. If there's an open lane, I push it, and then that forces him to put a Pokemon in that lane, and then I can start to use my tricks to try to get around him. So now I'm getting more figures on the board because I still have that one open lane, so I'm going to try and run through every lane I can run through and force him to block all the lanes. There's not really much point in doing that aside from I can predict his next moves when I'm doing that, and as long as I know his next move, I know he's not going to be aggressing towards me. And you notice that while I've made all these moves, he hasn't made any aggressive moves towards me. He's only played defensively against what I'm doing. Being in control of the match is a great way for any game like this. In Clash Royale, you want to be in charge of the match by knowing how much elixir your opponent has and forcing them to use their elixir when they can't save up enough to get a good push. In this match, you may want to just keep on forcing them to play defensively so that you're the only one who's playing offensively and you can set all your Pokemon into the right place. So let's go ahead and see how I progress through this match. I do want to battle Mewtwo. I'm going to go toe-to-toe with this dude pretty soon, but now I'm just playing defensively, moving the Armaldo into position, and you can see there I did take the 2 turns so I could put him onto the goal. Having Armaldo on the goal is such a good move. Nobody can get through that dude, and even if they barely do get through him, I can force him to reroll. Now what I'm going to try to do is fly around this dude, but instead of going around him, I went toe-to-toe, 80 versus 70, and knocked that fool out! You're knocked out, Mewtwo! Dang! Put him down! Stay down, Mewtwo! Stay down! Alright, so I took out Mewtwo, and now I'm going to try to rush the goal. I've got a couple of clear lanes here, and he doesn't have that many Pokemon on the field, so I'm going to start rushing. And of course, I've got my Armaldo on defense, and I don't need to worry about defense. So I'm going to start running for that goal as fast as I can get over there. And of course, he wants to try to battle. Is he going to battle me? Yep, he's trying to battle my Armaldo. He may be able to get through, but it's highly unlikely. So I'm not going to re-roll this dude, and I'm just going to smash him down with the roll that we got. And yeah, he's not going to be able to get through that way. So here we go. I think I'm going to take my dude. I love how it kind of shines on Vigoroth on every turn because it makes me think about him, and I'm like, should I use the Vigoroth? Should I use that dude? And then I usually use him because he's just got that crazy move. So here I am. I think I'm kind of wasting a little bit of time. At this point in the game, I didn't realize that you have a clock at the top left, and you do not want to let your clock run out. I actually was just about to win a match the other night, and literally, as I was putting my dude on the goal, my clock ran out, and that dude must have been the luckiest dude ever, because I was looking at his figures for so long, trying to figure out what figures he had. So don't spend a lot of time looking at Mewtwo or looking at people's figures while you're in ranked battles. You can lose by a timeout, and it is actually really likely that that would happen. So you can see my Vigoroth can only move his maximum amount of spaces, and he must have a clear lane. So if I put him in certain places, he can get a win, but there's a lot of places he can never get a win from. But he's also a very strong Pokemon, so I just use him to clear the lane sometimes. Like in this case, clearing out that lane so my Poliwag could possibly get through. Now here comes Mewtwo. Let's see if I can take out this Mewtwo dude. 50 versus a Psychic Shove, that's not going to work. So there we go. He moves my dude back 1 space. Now Tauros even moves your dude back 2 spaces. I mean, come on. Mewtwo is just not overpowered. Tauros will kick you back 2 spaces, and Mewtwo kick you back 1 space. So not really the end of the world there. And let's see what I tried to do here. Looks like I'm going to try and clear that left lane by clearing out Diglett. Let's see if I can get it done. Oh, not like that. Not like that. Goodness. Alright. So definitely not clearing out that left lane. And looks like this guy is going to attack me. He's got the X attack going there. It's going to take a lot to get through this dude. And of course he rolled a protect, which isn't going to help him with the X attack. So there we go. My turn. Now, I cannot get on the goal with my Vigoroth. I've got that clear lane, but I just can't get on the goal. Oh wait, I can get on the goal. Oh, I didn't see it. I totally didn't see it. So that's actually why I was leaving that Vigoroth there. I forgot that that's one of the positions he can goal from. So I had left that Vigoroth right there in that spot, just in case the lane cleared and I could push through, and the lane did clear and I pushed through. So that's why I love the Vigoroth. I put him in a position where he can win from, and then I just leave him there. And you guys can see I got a rainbow time booster from that, so very lucky for me. And of course I also did get a promotion. This was a battle that I got a promotion for that I showed in my episode 2, I believe it was, my previous episode. Oh no, it might have been episode 3 of Let's Play Pokemon Duel. So that's my quick little thing about how to beat Mewtwo. Basically, he's not overpowered, and you can get a bunch of Pokemon that can beat him even as a low-level player. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that little video. I hope that you guys learned a little bit too. Thanks all my awesome subscribers. Thanks everybody for watching, and peace!